They called him a slave, but he became a king. They tried to silence him, but his name still echoes through history. This is the story of Jaja of Opobo, the man who rose from chains to become one of the most powerful kings in Africa. Jaja was not born with power. He was born into hardship in a small village called Amigbo in present-day Imo State. His real name was Mbanaso Okwara Ozurumba. He was just a young boy when his life changed forever. One afternoon, slave traders stormed his village. They captured men, women, and children, dragging them away in ropes and chains. Among them was Mbanaso. He was sold many times until he reached Boni, a coastal town full of ships, traders, and foreign men. There, a wealthy merchant named Chief Alali of the Ana People House bought him. In Boni, slaves could work to earn freedom. Jaja, as he was now called, decided to rise above his situation. He worked hard, day and night, learning everything he could. He studied how trade worked, how ships arrived with goods, how palm oil was exchanged, how foreign merchants negotiated. He was smart, quiet, and observant. While others only saw survival, Jaja saw opportunity. Years passed and he got his freedom. But Jaja did not stop there. He worked his way up in the Ana People House, winning the trust of many people. When his master died, there was confusion about who should lead. Some said a man born a slave could never be a chief. One night, in a meeting filled with elders, one man mocked him. "You, a slave, you think you can rule us?" Jaja looked him straight in the eye and said, "A man is not judged by where he was born, but by what he becomes." Those words silenced everyone, and from that day, Jaja's journey to greatness began.
Yes, we did it!
He became head of the Ana People House, leading one of the most powerful trading groups in Boni. But power attracts enemies. His rival, Chief Oko Jumbo, wanted control too. Their conflict divided Boni and started a long civil war. Jaja's side eventually moved away from Boni. They traveled up the Imo River and settled in a new land surrounded by water and mangroves. That land became Opobo, and Jaja became its first king. Under his leadership, Opobo grew into a mighty trading empire. He built ports, organized markets, and made sure his people were treated fairly. Every trader, even Europeans, had to go through Jaja to buy palm oil. He controlled prices and refused to let foreign traders cheat his people. To the British, he was stubborn. To his people, he was wise. He told the white merchants, if you want oil, you come to Opobo, you trade on my terms. That angered the British. They wanted full control of trade along the coast. They called Jaja a troublemaker, a barrier to progress, and a man who needed to be tamed. In truth, Jaja was protecting his people from being robbed by foreign powers. Then came the trap. In 1887, the British Consul Harry Johnson sent word to Jaja. He said they needed to discuss trade peacefully. Jaja's chiefs begged him not to go. My king, one said, the white man never calls for peace without a hidden knife. But Jaja, believing in diplomacy, said, if I refuse, they will call me proud. If I go with an open heart. He put on his finest robe, wore his coral beads, and stepped onto the British ship with dignity, not fear. The moment he boarded, the trap closed. He was told he was under arrest. His face did not change. He simply said, is this how you treat a friend? No one answered. Jaja was taken far away, first to Accra, then to the island of St. Vincent in the Caribbean. Far from his people, far from his throne, far from the river that carried his name. But even in exile, Jaja acted like a king. He refused to beg. He refused to lose his pride. He wrote letters to Britain asking for justice, demanding to return home. Years passed. Finally, the British agreed to send him back. His people prepared for his return with drums and celebration. But fate had other plans. On his way home, Jaja fell ill and died under mysterious circumstances. Some said it was poison. Others believed his heart gave out from sorrow. When news reached Opobo, the river went silent. Women tore their wrappers in grief. Men knelt by the shore. The city mourned for days. Their king, The man who built their nation from nothing would never return. An old chief stood by the river and said, "They took away his blood, they took away his body, but his spirit still rules the waters." And that spirit never left. Jaja's story became legend, a story of courage, dignity, and strength. He showed that no man is too low to rise, and no force can silence truth forever. He was born a slave, but died a king. His name still echoes in history, carried by the tides of the same river that witnessed his rise, Jaja of Opobo, the king who refused to bow.